of you to this presentation. We want to welcome you to this presentation this evening to share with you what we do in our business. Those of you who are guests, after the meeting, turn back to the person who invited you for more information on how to start this fantastic business. So without further ado, I would like to start the presentation. If you give me a moment. All right, what is this business? What am I presenting to our guests today? Our company has a very simple mission. We want to make the world a healthier and a happier place. And that starts with you. Because if other people are healthy, other people are happier, they've got money to enjoy their wealth, their health, and you don't have, it makes very little difference to you. So our mission is very twofold, to make the world a healthier and happier place. Why healthier? Because most of the illnesses that people have around the world are related to our lifestyle. The food we eat, rather the nutrients we don't eat, and secondly, how we live. Those are the two things that drive the problem of health around the world. So Betty and I started this business 29 years ago, and the reason we started the business is very simple. We wanted to make an extra $200 a month. That was our initial goal. We didn't know the business could grow much bigger than it was. Because when Betty and I came to South Africa, I came to study and also to work. I got employed in a consulting firm. But after a year, we realized that one salary was not going to be enough to support the family. Secondly, Betty could not get a job in South Africa because she needed a work permit to get a job. But to get a job, you also needed a work permit. So it was a catch-22 situation. I remember she had looked for teaching posts around Pretoria until she gave up, and she made a statement that I've looked for a job long enough, let the job come and find me at home. And 2 weeks later, a friend of hers called her, and that's where our journey with this wonderful company started. So if you're a guest, just pay attention. Let me share with you the 4 ways that people use to generate income. Basically, these are the 4 ways. The first is called a job. A job is when you work for somebody. After 30 days, they pay you a salary, or whatever time you've agreed. Some places it's every 15 days or every 2 weeks. A job is good because at least you have a chance to earn some money, put food on the table, clothes on your back, have a roof over your head, and take care of your family. But there are also challenges with jobs. One is that there's a lot of internal politics in the workplace. But another concerning one is the advance of technology. Employers or manufacturers of goods and services have found very efficient ways to make goods and services using technology. Now, with fewer people, they can produce more goods and services. What does that mean? That very many people are going to lose their jobs. By 2040, 40% of the jobs that exist at the moment will cease to exist because they're replaced by machines and technology. So if you have a job, think again. The second way that people use to generate income is self-employment. This is when you borrow money or you mortgage your house, you take your life savings, you start a business to provide a product or a service to the public. It's good because you determine how hard you want to work. The challenge is the business tends to depend on your physical presence. If you fall sick, if you want to attend to family issues, if you want to go for holiday, whatever it is, you can't do it because for you to be able to do it, you need somebody who understands what you do. Number two, somebody whom you trust so that you don't lose your customers. A very simple test whether you own a business or not is this. Go away for 60 days. If the business collapses, you don't own the business owns you. The third way that people use to generate income is big businesses. These are companies or organizations that invest huge capital, they employ a lot of people, and they open a lot of branches of their businesses. Companies like ShopRite Checkers, which started in South Africa. The last time I checked, they had 1,847 outlets around the African continent. Companies like MTN, companies like Vodacom, Safaricom PLC, Naivas, all the banks, these are big businesses that invest huge capital to grow their businesses. Of course, with huge capital, you also employ a lot of people, but employing a lot of people also means you have a lot of labor problems. The fourth way that people use to generate income is investment. This is when you get money which is over and above what you need. You want to invest it in a product or something that gives you a return. What most people do, they get somebody more experienced than them to invest in a business or in a company or whatever instrument it is. But two things are needed apart from the money: the knowledge and skill of investment. So what most people do, they get somebody who's experienced to invest on their behalf. Of course, you have to pay them a fee. The question is this: is there an ideal business? Is there a criteria you can use to determine this is an ideal business that any ordinary person with a dream and is willing to work hard can become successful? I think it needs to have the following 7 elements. Number 1, you need very low capital to start. In our business, you need anything between $60 and $100 to start a global business. It makes it within the reach of the ordinary person. Second, you need to get involved in distribution of goods and services. Why? Because this is what people need. In fact, if you think about it, every product you have in your home, it's brought through a distribution system. The furniture you have in your home, the phone that you have, the laptop, the cooker, whatever it is you have in your home, got to your home through a network of distribution system. So if you want to create wealth, you need to get involved in distribution. But that leads me to a third element. The more people you serve with your product or service, the wealthier you become. Our company does business in 50 countries. And in all these countries, last year I sat down and just estimated the population in all those 50 countries is about 1.9 billion people. That is the number of people we can serve with our product or service. In Africa, we are operating in 14 countries. The fourth element is leverage. Leverage is in fact one of the secrets of success financially, because leverage simply means you find a way or a system that you're able to cooperate with other people and increase your income earning ability. Think about this. You and I have 24 hours a day. You sleep 8 or 9 hours. You spend some time eating, spending time with your family, traveling to work. That's another 4 to 5 hours. The rest you work. If you only depended on the time that you work, you'll never be wealthy, because you need to cooperate with others to increase your income earning ability. The banks know this, that's why they open branches. The retail shops know this, that's why they open different stores. Leverage. The fifth element is consumable high quality products. Why is that important? Because consumable products have a repeat sale. You and I use soap today. Tomorrow you're going to use soap, and the day after that you're going to use soap. At the end of the month you're going to buy soap. The end of April, May, June, July, every month you're going to buy soap. Soap is not very romantic, it's not very exciting, but it keeps you clean, and it is constant need. People need soap every single day. And if it's a high quality, then you're in good business. The sixth element is you need a business system. A system is simply a series of tools, procedures, equipment that you install or put in your business so that your business can run with or without you. If you notice, if you go to any branch of any bank and you walk into the bank, you are likely not to find the owners of the bank in that branch. Why? Because they have built systems that keeps their business running in their absence. And the last one is timing. Timing is very critical, because if you start your business at the right time, it gains traction, and also you start to catch the market, the market share. If you start at the wrong time, it doesn't gain traction, or it's too late on the growth curve. What is this business that I'm talking about? It's called network marketing, or a system of distribution, a very efficient system of distribution of goods and services. I think network marketing is as old as mankind. Why? Because since time began, when we find something good or we experience something good, our natural inclination is to speak to somebody about it. That is what our business simply is. We have very good and fantastic products. What do? We speak to our friends and relatives about them. That is the thinking behind our business. So in traditional business, you find that between the manufacturer and the consumer, you find advertising, retailing, wholesale, people who keep adding to the cost of the product, but they don't add any value. So what we do in our business, we cut out all these middlemen, and in between the manufacturer and the consumer, we put a distributor like myself. So the money the company would have spent on all these people, the advertising, retailers, wholesalers, that is what is available to pay distributors like me. We are paid for successfully referring customers to buy their products. Although you're in business for yourself, but you're not by yourself. What do I mean by that? Think about it. If you want to start a business, or if you want to manufacture a product and bring it to the marketplace, first you have to design the product. 2, get the raw materials to make the products. 3, quality control. 4, manufacturing facilities. 5, packaging. 6, marketing of the registering the product in different markets around the world, putting infrastructure in place for your product to reach the customer. All that has been done on your behalf. Your job is to take these products to different consumers. That is why we say you're in business for yourself, but not by yourself. 3 things are required for success in this business. 1, the desire to become successful. Nobody can do this for you. Number 2, teachability. And number 3, hard work. If you have these 3 things going for you, you're going to be very successful. Now, Neolife started in 1958, was started by Jerry Brasfield. Jerry Brasfield, as a teenager, had very, very serious asthma, and his mother gave him natural remedies. And when his health improved, a thought occurred to him that maybe a lot of people are going through what I've gone through already, and it seems this nutrition will help them feel better. That is how the dream of Neolife started. 66 or 67 years later, Neolife operates in over 50 countries. But what has kept our company, what has kept Neolife growing for all those many years? I think it's because we believe in 5 basic corporate principles to make sure our business is stable and is long-lasting. Number 1, absolute honesty and integrity. Simply means we tell our customers, the public, the people who meet, the truth about our products, and we do the right thing. Treat others as you'd like to be treated. It's called the golden rule. Do unto others as you'd like to be done unto you. Integrity simply means you do the right thing when nobody is watching. Number 2, people are number 1. The most important resource we have in our business is people. If you don't have people in the business, really, there's nobody to sell the products to. So if we take care of people, the business takes care of itself. Number 3, products that work. Neolife has put together some of the best scientific minds around the globe to make sure we have the best products in the categories that we do business. Number 4 is equal opportunity for everybody. Everybody starts this business at exactly the same level. Whether you're a man or a woman, whether you're old or young, whether you're 18 or 81, a plumber, a doctor, a carpenter, a housewife, a student, as long as you're 18 years old, anybody who is serious about success will become successful. And the last one, you need to have a long-range vision. Initially, we said you need to have a 2 to 5 year horizon. We believe that if you follow the guidance of your team leader to teach you how this business works, between 2 to 5 years, you'll be financially independent. Neolife started in 1958 in the USA, came to South Africa in 1971. 96, 97 went to East Africa, that's Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. In 1999, 2000, went to West Africa. At the moment, we do business in 14 African countries. If you're a guest, this Neo Life has come to your doorstep today. Now, why do people start this business? People start this business for so many different reasons. The picture on the screen shows the different regions or the different countries where Neo Life does business in Africa. West Africa, that is Ivory Coast, Ghana, Togo, Nigeria, Cameroon. Southern Africa, Namibia, South Africa, Eswatini, Lesotho, Botswana, Mozambique, and then East Africa, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. Those are the countries where Neo Life does business. Why do people start the business? Different reasons. Some start the business because they want a better life for their children. Some start the business because they want to have good homes. Some start the business because they want to buy good cars. Some start the business because they're sick and tired of their job or their business is not giving them freedom. Some start the business because they want to have holidays or travel. Some start the business, I think most people start the business to make an additional income, and this additional income can become a lot of money. Some start the business because of health reasons. They want to be healthy, physically fit. So you're going to partner with a company that is more than 60 years old, operating in over 50 countries around the world, and is supported by the Scientific Advisory Board. We've got 4 ranges of products because our business is moving a range of products from the company Neo Life to different consumers. Which products are these? The first is called the Golden Home Care products. Products that you use for cleaning your bathroom, your kitchen, your toilet, carpets, tiles, anything in your home that requires cleaning. We've got the products for you. Secondly, we've got the personal care range of products. These are things like hair shampoos, hair conditioners, hand and body lotion. The third is the skincare range of products. You've got products to protect your skin from the elements, to cleanse and detoxify, to invigorate the skin, to keep the moisture balanced. In simple terms, to keep your skin healthy. And the biggest range of products we have in our business that produces most sales is a health supplement, for a very simple reason. Your greatest wealth is your health. We have another product which is a very unique category. This is a product that helps farmers to increase the yield in their produce. It's not a fertilizer. It's what we call an adjuvant. It helps the plants to absorb nutrients efficiently and increase the absorption of water. Very economical. It's concentrated and it mixed 1 to 1,000 in water. Very easy and safe to use. It's a multi-purpose for indoor and outdoor plants. How does this business work? If you're a guest, you're probably asking yourself, how does this business work? I've seen the products, I've seen the product range, I've seen the scientists who develop the products. How does this business work? This business works when you do 3 things every day to grow your business. 1, using the products. Why? Because you're supporting your own business. And 2, whether you're in Neo Life or not, you're going to buy soap at the end of this month. So what we say is this: simply change your shopping habits. Okay? Now, because Neo Life operates in different countries around the world, we use the PV system to measure the size of business growth. 100 PV or point value is roughly equivalent to $160 or $170. The second thing we do in our business, we share the business opportunity. That simply means we introduce other people to be users and promoters of the products. So you're building a network of people who use the products. In this example, you introduce 6 people, plus yourself is 7. You have done 700 PV. You become a manager in the business. Your income is about $45 a month. The next thing we do is you teach the people we brought into the business to do what we do. The person on the top right corner introduces 2 people, and those 2 introduce 2 others. That is a 700 PV unit, plus the other 6 gives you 1,300, and you become senior manager in the business. Your income is about $90 a month. And then you begin to duplicate the process. So each of these 6 people do 700 PV each, plus yours gives you 4,300. You become a director in the business. Your income is $580 to $700 a month. Now, not everybody is going to be excited about the business. They just want to use high quality products. These are your customers, and you make a profit of 20% from them. Why? Because they cannot buy from the company, they buy the products through you. The third thing we do every day is called personal development. That is, we take time to be learners. We take time to know what the products do. We have training, we have support, we have personal development material, we attend seminars, books, CDs, events that help you become a better business person or a better business leader. If you want to be more successful, help one more person reach director level. If you help one more person reach director level and you do a volume of 10,000 PV, 3 months, you become a sapphire director, your income is about $1,000 a month. If you help 3 directors, if you help 3 people become directors, your income is about $2,000 a month. If you help 6 people become directors, you get to the president's team member, your income is about $5,000 plus US a month. So at this juncture, I want to invite our guest. Our guest, Fred GICHUKI, is somebody who's been in the business for a long time, and he has shown by example that anybody who is serious about becoming successful in this business will become successful. Fred, can you hear me? Hi, Fred.
I can't unmute. Yes. Now I can. I was having a struggle unmuting myself.
Oh,
can you
okay.
hear me?
Yes, you can hear you loud and clear.
Sorry. I've had to get in from town. I'm in a restaurant, so there might be some bit of background noise behind. But don't worry about it. I think we are going to share and learn something tonight.
Thank you.
My name is Fred GICHUKI. Like Pascal said, joined this business a long time ago when I was a young man. I was working in the hotel industry. By training, I'm a hotelier. I studied hotel management and went looking for a job with a lot of confidence. Instead of becoming a manager, I became a cook, waiter, receptionist, and that kind of thing. And I kept looking for greener pastures. They were not coming my way. And it was when I was working as a receptionist that a stranger came and offered me this opportunity. For me, I said yes. And the main reasons why I said yes is because I had big dreams. Just like any ordinary person, I had dreams. I wanted to make money. I wanted to travel the world. I was working in the hotel industry, and we always had tourists coming in. And I would always wonder, when will it be my turn to be a tourist somewhere else instead of being a receptionist? So I also had I was supposed to go to America. That didn't work out very well for me. And for that reason, I really wanted a situation whereby I could get into a plane and go somewhere, if only for the sake of my relatives, so that they stop saying that this guy chewed our money in the fundraising that we did. And when this guy came and offered me this opportunity, I was ready. I joined the same day. I paid a deposit of $3,500 and I got started. I didn't have the rest of the money to start. I went and borrowed from a friend of mine and I got started. So for the guests who are on the call, I want to tell you one thing. This business comes at the right time, and at the right time is God's time. And God's time may not be your time, because you might be like GICHUKI. Me, I didn't have the money to start. I didn't have the time because I was working 18 hours a day, but I didn't choose to look at my circumstances. I looked at my dreams. When you focus on your dreams and where you're going, everything falls into place. So I joined, I got started. And I can describe my business in phases, because the first phase when I got in was characterized with a lot of confusion. I didn't really know what I was doing. I was trying out this, trying out that, some challenges here and there. I would try this, doesn't work. I try something else, doesn't work. But the good thing about Neolife is that you have mentors. My mentor, Mr. Hansi Kronye, kept on guiding me on what to do, what not to do. But at the end of the day, I had to go out and make it happen. And I can say this first phase of my life was actually a balancing act between my job, working 18 hours a day, doing the business, and that was tough. And I had to make it happen. I had to sacrifice time. I had to sacrifice energy. I had to take some ridicule from some of my friends who could not understand what I was doing, why I was working so hard, yet I was a very young man in my 20s. But I made it happen. One thing that I learned very early in this business, you either make money or you make excuses, but you cannot do both at the same time. So that was that. But I can tell you this first phase of my business, it was action, action, action. I didn't know much, but the little that I knew, I made it work for me. And I did the business. I started making some steps, became a manager, I got a check of 300 shillings. In 7 months, I became a director, earning over 30,000 Kenya shillings, and life started changing. Then I would say I got into the second phase of my business. Now I had a bit of money, and I had to learn some new skills. I had to learn how to invest this money. When I was earning 10K, I didn't have any surplus to invest. But now I was having some surplus. I had the 30K part-time and 10K full-time. So I started investing. I started buying some land, started buying a few things here and there. I started buying shares. I mean, buying stocks and that kind of thing. I'd never done that in my life. Then I also bought a car, and that was very, very exciting. My first car ever, K252Z. I remember it to date, and that was very, very exciting. And I continued building the business. I started developing other directors in my team, and I became a world team member. And here I got to another phase of my business. Now I'm a leader. I have a big team under me. I've become a world team member. World team member means you're earning a 6-figure income. And now I wanted to develop my team members to become world team members. And that was very, very exciting. And I can tell you as a world team member, one of the things that happened is that you were taken for a trip to South Africa. And I remember traveling with Anyang and Kiraitu Murungi, who were also world team members at the time. And I said to myself, if these guys can be doing Neolife, I am the one who needs to do it more than them. And I really focused on my business. I wrote my resignation letter. And at the age of 30, I quit employment to do this business on a full-time basis. And I can tell you, doing it full-time, that was a different phase altogether. It was a new phase where I was now the boss. I was the boss of my own destiny. I wake up in the morning, I look in the mirror, and I see the boss. And I can tell you, as the boss of my business, the business has grown into about 12 countries. I've traveled a lot. I've been to Mexico, Mauritius, South Africa so many times, USA, you name it. And when I travel with my wife. And meeting my wife, by the way, was through the same business. She was my customer, and I simply promoted her to become my partner in the business. And that became very, very exciting. So I want to tell the guests on the call, this is a total value opportunity. It's an opportunity that takes you from grass to grace. Of course, there is work involved. And the beauty about it is that at every phase of your life, there are people who will be able to mentor you, to guide you. There are people who have already walked the journey before you, and they'll show you what to do and what not to do. I can tell you, when I became a world team member, then I got into another phase where you had now to learn how to manage this money, how to invest. And my upline told me something very interesting. He told me, Fred, once you get to these levels, you'll realize one thing. You can be broke at very different levels. You can be broke and you're driving a BMW, and yet you're broke. And you realize that having reached up there doesn't mean that you'll have all money every time in your pocket. You have to take care of money. Otherwise, it has wings, it flies away. So during this period now, I started doing other kinds of investments, real estate, more stocks, more bonds, and that kind of thing. Bought different cars and that kind of thing. So my life started opening up in different ways that I'd never thought possible. Then I was also able to mentor other people who also became multi-members who started developing a six-figure income. And that to me was very exciting. I remember traveling to Cape Town. I think Cape Town? Yes, I think it was Cape Town. And I went with 35 members, world team members from my team. And that to me was quite exceptional. You can imagine helping somebody else earn a six-figure income from an opportunity you've shown them. And I want to tell the guests on the call, if you want something that you can empower somebody else and they can benefit, you can make a genuine difference in somebody's life, then your life is a thing that you need to go for. So how does the future look like? The future to me looks very bright. In fact, I'm so excited right now. I feel like I've just started my business. Our business in Kenya is growing. It is improving. In East Africa, we are growing day to day. And I can tell you, by the end of this year, this business will be totally different in Kenya. I want to tell the guests on the call, if you join today, if you become a distributor, we are on a phase of growth. We are on a phase of excitement. I can tell you by the end of this year, whatever income you want to achieve with hard work, being teachable, being available for the trainings, and taking action with what you know, by the end of this year, people will be earning serious incomes from your life, and they'll be traveling the world, and you will be part of it if you decide to join. But if you say no, or you say, let me go think about it, one thing my upline told me is that when you think about it, all the blood flows to your brain, you get cold feet, and you take off. So don't think too much. Don't procrastinate. Take action now with the little that you know, and God will show you the rest of the way. Take a step of faith. They say faith without action is dead. Yeah? So take a step of faith. The person who has invited you has shown you the opportunity. The rest is for you to take action. And I promise you one thing. Next year, I'm not sure where we are going, but you can be with us next year. In October, we are going to Tanzania. You can be with us going to Tanzania. So if you want to become a globetrotter, join today, get started, and the rest will be history. So thank you so much for this time that you've given me, Pascal, to just share a little bit with you guys. I know there's a lot we can share, but in the interest of time, I'm excited about what is happening in Kenya, in East Africa, and I know today is the beginning of the rest of our lives. Let's go for it. Let's make it happen. Thank you and goodbye.
Thank you very much, Fred. That was really a good testimony. Every time I hear your testimony, it sounds as if I'm listening to you for the very first time. So it's very exciting. The guests who are here, put yourself in Fred's shoes and tell yourself, if you can do it, so can I. So you've listened to Fred's story. One of the things our company has done is to take full advantage of technology. If you want to order products, you can order the products online. If you want to register new distributors, you can register them online, whatever they are. If you want to, the moment you register, the company creates for you what is called a back office. You can monitor and manage your business 24/7. Training is done locally on international online services. This presentation, there are people from more than 8 countries who've attended this meeting. Because of technology, we are able to reach people far and without borders. Delivery of products, each market that the company does business, we get courier companies to deliver products to our customers and distributors. Payment of commissions and payment of bonuses is done by electronic funds transfer or mobile money. We have also partnered with some of the best sports people in the world. The Springboks, the world champions, they use our products for a very simple reason. They use the best products that are available in the market, which is the Neolife products, Provitality, Vitamin C, the sports protein element, zinc, omega-3, all those products, because their bodies go through tremendous challenges during sports. Conventions, every year we meet in different locations around the African continent. In East Africa, the meeting is going to be in Dar es Salaam, Tanzania. In West Africa, we'll have several meetings in Nigeria, some in Ghana and Ivory Coast. In Southern Africa, we meet in Pretoria, South Africa, where the surrounding countries travel to share their experience on what the business has done for them. If you're a guest, get back to the person who invited you. They will give you an application form to register in the business. In Botswana, you need between 720 and 1,450 pula. If you're in South Africa, you need between 910. In fact, the South African one, they've added an additional package, which is 2,860. In Kenya, 9,200 or 11,700 Kenya shillings. Nigeria, 50,000 or 75,000 naira. In Tanzania, 167,000 or 217,000. In Uganda is 238,000 or 295,000 Uganda shillings. In USA, 75 US dollars. In Togo is 45,300 or 60,300 francs CFA. Italy, 64 euros. Ghana, 800 or 1,300 Ghanaian cedis. In Cameroon is 60,000 or 74,000 francs CFA. This is what you need to get started in the business. And our business uses a very simple leverage principle. And when you're new, it's not easy to see. If I give you $1 million or I give you 1 cent doubled daily, what would you choose? Most people without doubt would choose $1 million. But if you double 1 cent every day for 31 days, that is 10,737,418 US dollars. That's the power of leverage. If you're a guest, remember that success begins with a decision. When you decide is when you've opened yourself to becoming successful. When you sit on the fence, nothing happens. When you decide, the next thing you need to do, you need to know what you want. What is your dream? Sometimes when we ask what our dream is, the first thing our mind goes towards is, how will that be? How will it be? You are going to learn. This business is a vehicle to help you achieve that dream. So, what is your dream? Number 2, be teachable. Find out what you need to do and to know to become successful. Be teachable. Open yourself to learning. Number 3, hard work. If you work hard, this business will grow for you. Discipline, guts, persistence. Sometimes you'll face challenges. Sometimes people will say, no, it doesn't work. Just like Fred was saying, some of his friends and relatives did not believe that this business can actually amount to anything. Number 4, you need to believe in yourself, your sponsor, and the company. Your sponsor is the person who invited you to look at this business. That is what you need. What is your next step? Your next step is to get together with the person who invited you. They will show you how to get started. They will hold your hand. If you follow their guidance, you're going to be successful. One day you're going to be here with us sharing your story just like Fred has done. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank all of you very much for attending this meeting with us. And if you're a guest, get back to the person who invited you. They'll show you how to get started. Good night and God bless.